Greetings, everyone. It's Megabyte here. We're doing a Super Formula Lights race. It's at Road America. Felt like I was way off the pace, and sure enough, we're way down in 11th, even though we're the number 5 car in this lobby. Just feeling all sorts of off this week as far as feeling the car in iRacing. I don't know if something's going on with my wheel or if there's some other setting I changed, but something just doesn't feel right. But we're going to grid up and see if we can make up any positions in this, because we really got to move forward and at least crack into that top 10. But it's hard to keep it safe starting in 11th spot. We do have a 2.6k strength of field, so let's grid up and see how it goes. All right, lights are up. Let's go racing. Try not to die on this one.
Green flag, green flag. Now on your left. Still there, you're in the middle, 3 wide. Clear, 2 wide. Still there. Clear on the right.
Wasn't this there to push me off the track? Come on, dude.
Right side. Clear on the right.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't know what's wrong with me. Good avoidance there, everybody. Sorry for sliding across the track like that. Really glad I didn't cause any accidents or get hit at all right there, because that was major dangerous.
Go left.
Wow.
Careful the turbo gang. Careful the...
Sounds like there may be a major accident up here. All the way down to 16th. 5 positions down from where we started.
Good job, bro. Good job. Amazing job.
Well, there's not a position gained by Carnage. Seems like that James Nyhouse guy is having a worse race than I am. Also seems like I have pace on these guys in front of me, which, based on their I rating, I should. See if we can make some up. Get back into that top 10. We're in the draft now, at least.
Left side. Stay on the right. Clear the car in P1. Just set the fastest lap. 54.749. New fastest lap for you.
Please don't go for the move. Please don't go. Oh.
Right side. Stay on the left. Clear. Pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1.1 seconds.
We're pretty far back now, but
The car in P1. Just set the fastest lap. 54.459.
okay, we got the draft of the guy in front. Where'd the other guy go?
Car right. Clear on the right. Car on your left. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the left.
Rear tires seem to be giving up a little bit already. I don't know if I'm overheating them or what. All right. I got about a 5-second gap here.
You're pulling away from the car time. The gap is 2 seconds.
Twenty-two seconds back from the leader. We're not making any inroads on these guys in front either. They're playing it smart. I'm staying in each other's draft up there.
Car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 54.385.
What the fuck are you doing? Get out of the way. Jesus.
Just set the fastest lap of the session.
A little faster, keeping it in the higher gear and just letting it roll through. Eric seems to have lost that draft out in front of him too, so we might be able to chase him down for at least 10th spot. Assuming I don't make any more boneheaded mistakes. Not fast enough through that section. Looks like you made a small mistake there.
You got it. Slow car on the right. Car stops on the right. Go left. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 54.
I think that was a lapped car.
6.
Whoa. Terrible final corner there, really hurt us.
You're in the top 10.
Okay, maybe it wasn't a lapped car. The tires are starting to give up a little.
P1 just set the fastest lap. 54.32.
There we go. Good finish to that lap at least. That was sketchy. Feels like I raced here fairly recently, and for some reason this feels completely different than the last time I remember racing here. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left here. At the 10-minute mark, we'll see
Flat for you.
what goofy, stupid thing Jim says this time.
This is less than optimal.
There it is. The guy in front seems to have gotten it together here. Only place I seem to really catch him now is through that little section right there. We're up one position from where we started, at least. Spotter was actually right that time.
You've got a toy car on the right.
That's P6 right there, so here we go. Couple more positions gained.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel.
Still losing time on Alan Lee in front of us. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All of a sudden it won't hold the corner there.
Car in P1, just at the fastest lap. 54.217. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is
Yeah, we just lost a lot of time,
9.4
Jim. We went off the
seconds.
track at like the highest speed part of the track. Okay, we're a lot faster right there, doing it the way we just did through turns 1 and 2.
P1, just set the fastest lap. 54.124.
I see. With the headwind into turn 1, that's why we can go such a high gear through there. Yep, that'll do it.
You got a slow car on the left. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 3.6 seconds.
Looks like this guy had it off. Old Stanley. He was in P6.
That was the fastest lap of the session. You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
I'd carry a little too much speed that time. Poof.
They're blinking really bad.
Things are falling apart here. We'll be lucky to just bring it home with P8 here. There you go. Held that corner a little better this time. Had to lift halfway through, but felt safer and smoother. Slow lap.
Last lap.
Two seconds off my fastest lap in the session there.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
Lost all confidence in it right now. One more freebie would be nice. But I think this is going to be about it. P8.
Car stop on the left. Go right. Checkered flag, checkered flag. Great job. You did really well.
Well, considering our early difficulties, I feel like we did all right. All right, back to the start on this one. We had some difficulties right off the bat with this one. Just really not feeling comfortable on the cold tires like I used to in iRacing. That used to be like the part that I was really good at, is making the car go fast on cold tires, and I would struggle later in the race finding more pace. But now it seems to have inverted itself a little bit. Either way, ended up kind of getting overtaken by a couple of cars right there off the bat on the front straight, and then had my own little incident here headed down into this section. Just car re-enters, it kind of checks everybody up. I ended up way on the inside, and then yeah, just brake too hard, and next thing I know, I'm sliding across the track. Good job by everybody there to not just run into my race car. So we basically start almost dead last here and make our way back up to 8th place. Couple of exciting overtakes along the way. Let's see what we can find here. We caught up to this pack, I believe, after a couple of laps. I believe this is still behind. Nope, we missed one. There it is. This guy dives it in for the move after, so what was silly is I got the overtake on him right here, right? Like he got loose coming over the hill. I went inside, got a little compromised exit from that, but still faster than him down the straight for the most part. And because he has the draft, he decides if gap car. So he sticks it in here on the right hand side in turn 1, which only prolongs the agony, because I mean, it just kept us from catching the cars in front for quite some time. Eventually we do, that guy I believe goes off. One of these two guys goes off, and I like missed it. I don't know where, if he disconnected or what. So about a lap later, we end up catching this Stefan guy. Yeah, see, that guy just disappeared. So all of a sudden I'm chasing this guy, and then he's all alone. There was another car there, so we just gained that position out of nowhere. Don't really know exactly what happened. But I was pretty confident we were going to be making the move down this straight. In the draft, got a pretty heavy overspeed by halfway down this straight. So he didn't even really try to protect the inside. Ultimately, we ended up just breezing by him here, but we get super loose, which allows him back on the inside line, but he brakes early and lets us take it anyway. I think he pretty much knew what the game was at that point. So at this point, I believe we're in like 11th place, and it seems like there's some other disconnect issues. I imagine, so this Eric Sigurdsson guy and Alan Lee. I'm pretty sure Eric has some kind of issue here a couple laps down the road because we were chasing him for a while. But if we go to the chase cam, lap after lap, we're kind of reeling him in, and then he's gone. So on this lap, I believe Eric has some kind of problem. And we'll see if we can spot it. Because we were chasing him down and probably would have gotten the position off him anyway, but we weren't catching him fast enough. So I think he had the problem down here at Canada Corner. I think he gets loose right here. Yep. Got out in the grass, got loose, hit the wall. We had to evade. Cost us some more time, but gained us another position. And at that point, this is a lapped car. There's another freebie. So this guy, Caesar, I believe was in 6th when he wrecked right here. And we gained another spot off of him. But meanwhile, the rest of this time, stop switching to the cars in the pit lane. This Alan Lee guy, we weren't really catching him at all. And then I believe the guy in front of him, Stanley, here has some kind of incident on this lap, because next thing I know, I gained like 9 seconds on him. So let's see if we can spot what kind of issue he had. Nothing yet. Does he also have an issue in Canada Corner? Nope, nothing yet. Where does he have the issue? Because this guy ended up only finishing about 3 seconds ahead of me. And that's a lapped car right there. So I finished with this guy in front of me and this guy in front of me and this guy ahead of him. So this guy has to have an issue here at some point where he loses a bunch of time. Let's see if we can find it. Yep, here it is. Just overcooks it. Touches the grass on the inside, loses it, sits out in the grass, patiently lets those 2 cars go by. Good on him, not doing a silly re-entry. And then that was pretty much it. We rode behind them for the rest of the race. Reeled him in a little bit, but we had a couple of sketchy moments. At this point, I was really starting to gain confidence and see that, wow, this car, the setup that Hymo has on it this week, you really want to carry way more speed through the apex of the corner than I'm used to. So at this point, that was about the scariest turn 1 I think I've ever had in my life, because just when I thought I had discovered, wow, you can really push this car and lean on the downforce through turn 1, all of a sudden it does that to me. So sketchy moment, and that pretty much stole all my confidence for these last couple laps. So we ended up finishing P8 after starting P11. Let's look at the results. All right, we did end up gaining some I rating and safety rating on this race. Started P11, finished P8. The number 5 car. Definitely not my best performance, but only 3 incident points. And towards the end, we were setting some decently fast laps, but nothing compared to the top 3 here. They were running the 54 for the majority of the race. And a couple mistakes cost us anything vying for a top 5 finish, which is what we were really kind of slated for here with our I rating. And overall, a little bit of a challenge here at Road America in the Super Formula Light this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.